Hello, Courtland Warren here with some more quarantine personal development, some shelter in place self understanding. So, in between your D-Nice quarantine house party, which was phenomenal, by the way, your maybe it's Tiger King on Netflix, food and libations and home workouts. I choose to offer some personal development and some self-understanding, just to give you some things to think about. And the subject today, as I think about what's happening for people right now, what comes to mind is the area of relationships and how this quarantine time is an opportunity to truly grow, expand, and develop your relationships and see it as an opportunity for development. Before you're annoyed and frustrated because of the close proximity. Now, some of you are not in that place of annoyed and frustration because of the close proximity, like you've been longing for it, and that's all good. But it is truly though an opportunity for development to take your relationship to a deeper level, and it is likely that you have been in a relationship that was a surface relationship, a relationship where you weren't truly known, where you were either unwilling or you were afraid to truly reveal your truth, to speak from your core or true self in an effort to maintain or keep the relationship around. And through that unwillingness to truly be revealed, perhaps the relationship stays in place, but it's absent of depth, meaning, and/or understanding. So we know of surface relationships with other people, but what I invite is for you to look and consider how often, or if it exists for you, a relationship that is surface with yourself. So yeah, we can have surface relationships with other people, but in my experience, I've also come to know that many people have a surface relationship with themselves. When you ask a person, what is it that you truly want? What is of most importance to you? What do you truly value? What's a dream, goal, or aspiration that you have? And the immediate kind of response is one of, I don't know, or haven't really thought about it. Those are sometimes signals of a surface relationship with oneself. If you're a person who finds it easier to keep your word to other people, and yet you break your word with yourself often, that's also a signal of a surface relationship with oneself. If you find it easy to break your agreements with yourself because you are afraid of not being liked by someone else if you say no to them, that too can be a signal towards a surface relationship. And so what's the answer or solution to that? Well, it turns out that the answer to having a deeper relationship with self are the same elements that are required for a deep and meaningful relationship with someone else. And they include appreciation, communication, and challenge. Appreciation, communication, and challenge will provide depth to a relationship with someone else, as well as it will take your relationship with yourself beyond just the surface level of existence. So when I say appreciation, a worthy exercise would be to list get to at least 50 qualities or character or attributes that are great about you. So somewhere along the line, we bought into this idea of, not bragging on oneself, not being boastful. And it went to an extreme to where people aren't even willing to acknowledge the areas and the places that are wonderful and great about them. And so what we know is that what you appreciate grows. When something appreciates, it grows in value. And so to be in the practice of showing appreciation to yourself, telling yourself good job, letting yourself know that you did that well, that you put in incredible effort, that you showed tremendous discipline it is okay to show appreciation to yourself, and you can do that without being concerned about being too, egotistical. Like that isn't even a part of the conversation. Acknowledging and appreciating yourself will add some depth. Another thing that adds depth is communication. It is okay to talk to yourself. Now, I know that there's a definite stigma around, being a person who talks to themselves. But what is true is we're always doing it anyway. It's just not always out loud. So be mindful of the conversations that you're having with yourself. And in that communication with yourself, the things that you're saying to yourself, sometimes you may examine that and say, wow, would I be or would you be in relationship with a person who talked to you the way that you talk to yourself? If you talk to yourself in a way that is disempowering, that diminishes, that is demeaning, then it is time to flip that conversation and be mindful of how you speak to yourself is a very important key to adding depth to your relationship with you. And so in your communication, what you're saying to yourself, the questions that you're asking yourself it is imperative that it be done in a way that is empowering. So it's not only appreciating yourself, but when you talk to yourself, make sure that you're talking to yourself in a way that empowers and in a way that you're like, you know what, if I was in relationship with a person who spoke to me the way I'm speaking to myself, how long would that relationship last? And then the third is challenge. Every relationship, if there's going to be depth to the relationship, there will be challenge that is experienced. And so it is important to put yourself in the place of having challenge with yourself. Whether during this time, you challenge yourself to learn a new recipe, to learn about a different culture, to do something that you've been saying you would do, but you've avoided, perhaps a language, but do something that challenges you so that you have the experience of recognizing that you still have room to grow, advance, and develop. Here's the deal. If you're the type of person who only sets goals and dreams based on what you already know how to do, then you could never go any further than where you've already been. If you only set goals based on what you already know how to do and you won't step into it unless you know exactly how it's going to turn out, well, know first and foremost, well, that's not real life. But also know that, you've already plateaued. You've stunted your growth. So deliberately put yourself in situations where you don't know what's coming next and watch just how extraordinary you find yourself to be. And so moving beyond a surface relationship with yourself, it is imperative then that you show appreciation to yourself, that you're mindful of your communication with yourself, and also deliberately find ways to offer up some challenge. All right. Back to your Netflix, back to your DJing house parties or whatever it's going to be. Cook something good stuff in, all right? And we look forward to seeing you real soon. Take care.